Greetings, this is Skippy. I'm going to talk about some internet WordPress related stuff. What I'm talking about here specifically is Yourls, your own URL shortener. It's a piece of software that you can install on a website. I've been playing with this for a little while, and now I've suffered enough and broken enough stuff and learned enough that I can make a relatively intelligent video talking you through some stuff about setting it up and making it work and what it can do and what it can expect. Now what this is, if you're familiar with bit.ly or other link shorteners, this is exactly the same thing. Here's the difference, is you don't own bit.ly. Your LS, which I'll have a really hard time saying it every time I have to say that because my mouth doesn't want to make those words, is a link shortener that you install and you own it, you run it. So you put it on your own website. So of course for doing this you're going to want to buy a URL to put this on. And in a perfect world, your URL of where you install your LS will be as short as possible, something like 3 letters with a dot and 2 letters, such as bit.ly. And of course decent URLs are hard to come by these days because they get bought pretty damn quick. I installed mine on Chaos, KAOS.link. So that's my personal link shortener. So you may be saying, why would I want this? Well, pretty likely you might not want it, and you can stop watching and ignore this. The benefit of having your own link shortener is having your own vanity link URL. Say for example, if you got your own website and you can get a link shortener that is, or a link shortening URL that's branded to your website, this can help your recognition. For example, anytime you're on the internet, if you see a internet link that's chaos.link spelled with KAOS, you're going to know that that's me. So it gives you a link shortener that you can brand. Perhaps you can get your company name, a short version of your company name, whatever. It's a way for everybody who sees the short link to know that it's coming from you and nobody else. Because while you can take a URLs installation and make it open for the public to use, if you want to do that, the beauty of it is nobody uses it but you. Now the other advantage of this, of course, is let's say for example you wanted the short URL bit.ly/WordPress. Well, probably somebody's already got that. Yeah, you can create custom URLs in bit.ly, but once a custom URL or once any URL is taken in bit.ly, you can't get it. It's gone forever. With Yourls, you're starting from scratch, so you can create your own custom short links and you can use whatever words you want, right? It's like trying to get the email address, god@google.com. That was gone a long time ago. I can't get skippy@gmail.com because it was gone a long time ago. So with bit.ly or any other link shortener, there's only going to be one custom short link for any given word, and once that's gone, it's gone. You can't get it. All right, anyway, babbling. This will be a fairly long and babbling video because I'm going to take you through a bunch of stuff. So if you have a short attention span, leave now. This is the Yourls web page, yourls.org. I'm telling you, I'm going to have a hard time with that word every time I see it. It talks about what it is, its features, blah, blah, blah. They show you some screenshots. I'm going to take you in mine in a minute and show you some stuff. This is where you see what's going on, and down here they show you some snapshots of what the stat pages look like. And you'll see down here it's got refers. Whoops. This goes by pretty quick. Countries, refers, Facebook, Twitter, yada, yada, yada. Download, installation, everything you need is here. Now, depending on who your web host is, if they have Softalicious or any kind of other automatic script installation system, you may be able to install Yourls via a script, and so that makes it nice and easy. Otherwise, you'll have to install it manually. And if you don't know how to do that, find somebody who is a computer geek and can do it for you. It's not incredibly complex, but it does involve creating databases and passwords and all this other stuff. So go here to the site, read the instructions. I currently host with two different companies, Midphase and Bluehost. Midphase does have a script to install Yourls, and Bluehost does not. So let's bump over here, and we're going to take a look. This is inside my Yourls. Whew, that word is killing me. They got to rename this. I get the name, man. They got to rename this to something that a human can pronounce. This is inside of my admin panel, and you can see I've got a bunch of links created here. You can also see that the title, so over here you're seeing the short URL is right here. Over here you see the title of the page or post. This is the date it's created, the IP it was created from, the number of clicks on it, and these are some actions. This allows you to delete it, this allows you to edit it, this allows you to share it, and this allows you to view the stats. Now you will notice that this very first one has the full title to a page on there, and all of these links are WordPress pages or posts for my own sites. You'll notice all of these have just one word. That's because these were all created with a WordPress plugin, which I do not recommend using because it does this right here. And so I'm going to show you which WordPress plugin I suggest you use. And one of the reasons why I suggest you don't use this other one is because of this right here. Now what you'll see over here, these links, these are the auto-generated links. If you let the Yourls just automatically generate the links, it will start with, I believe it started with A, and it goes through B, C, D all the way to Z, then it goes 1 through 0, and then it starts going A, B, A, C. So these are just your automatically generated links, just as if you go to Bitly and you generate a link, right? It gives you 5 or 6 random numbers and letters. So Yourls will do exactly the same thing. It'll just generate random numbers and letters unless you tell it otherwise. Now, there's some interesting things going on, and I don't know why. If you come over here, you can see that you can click on any of these things. You can sort by the short URL. You can sort by the date it was created. Again, you'll see all of these are just single words, not good. You can sort by the IP. Also, this is only sorting, oh, I just figured it out. This is only sorting what's on this page. All right, I got it. So see, this is kind of annoying because when you're sorting, it's only sorting the links visible now, not all the links. So when I click on sorting by the number of clicks, you'll see here it shows me this one has 22 clicks, this one's 21 clicks, this one 5 clicks. But then the rest of these are all 0. And I know I have more clicks on my short links than that. The reason it's not showing me the others is because it's only sorting what's on this page right here. Alright, so if you come down here, you have a search function and some other stuff. So you can change this. Right now I'm showing 15 rows. I can, for example, change this to show 30 rows. And in theory, yep, now it's showing me 30 rows. When I click on sorts, I see some different stuff. Now you can also come down here, you can search for text in the URL or in the title or in the short URL. You can order by date, short URL, IP clicks, descending, ascending, yada yada. We can also show links with more than X number of clicks. So I'm going to show everything that has at least 1 click on it. Then I'm going to sort by clicks. So here we see, for example, this one has had 199 clicks. Then, just to show you what goes on over here, we'll click on stats. And so here's the stats for this. This is a link to a time-lapse video I put up. Here it's showing me the number of hits in the last 24 hours. So there's one right there. We can sort last 7 days, last 30 days, and all time. And you can see basically there were just 4 spikes right there, which is probably the 4 times I sent this out on Twitter, because this was a link that I was sending out on Twitter. And it tells us here, last 24 hours, 1 hit, 7 days, 1 hit, 30 days, 27 hits, all time 199, blah, blah, blah. Best day, 56 hits on May 28th. Click for more detail. And Okay, and this, excuse me, this just breaks it down by month and day of the month. Okay. Traffic location, we can come over here, we can see where my traffic has come from. You can mouse over, things will pop up. Canada, United States, Russia, France, Great Britain. Traffic sources. Now, for whatever reason, it's not giving me all my traffic sources. Direct traffic, 195 hits, refer 4. Oh, never mind. So my direct traffic was 195. The reason I only got 4 over here is because I have refer traffic. I only had 4. Twitter, we'll click on that. What does that tell me? I'll try anything twice. Let's see what comes up when I do that. Time-lapse video. Oh, it takes me to the link itself. I don't need to go to the link. All right, so anyway, that's what you can get there. Sharing, this is just a way here. It tells you what your short link is. And here is a way you can quick share it to Twitter, Facebook, or friend feed. So you can type in some stuff here for your Twitter message. You hit the Twitter thing. It'll bring this up. You can send it out on Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I personally don't really care about this crap. If I'm going to tweet it, I'm just going to tweet it from Twitter. But this stuff is there if that's what you're interested in doing. Back to admin interface. All right, so that's our admin interface. You can also add plugins to this. There's a plugin page. There's a couple of plugins that come built in. There's some other plugins that you can install. After dinking around, here are some plugins that I recommend you install. Read the help documentation. It tells you how to install the plugins. Allow hyphens in short URLs. This just allows you to put a hyphen in your URL if you want to. Fallback URL. Blech. What this does, it allows you to set a default URL. So if some of your links get removed or whatever, and I'm about to go through in a minute, I'm going to delete all the links I've created up until now because of the single word thing I showed you that I don't like, and I'm going to start over completely from scratch. So that means anytime somebody clicks one of the short links I've already created and sent out into the universe, they're going to get nothing as a result. Setting the fallback URL allows you to set a page or a post or whatever it may be where any click that's on a dead URL created with Yourls, it will take them to that page. Mass remove links will remove a massive number of links at once. That's what I'm going to use to delete everything that I've created so far. Popular links will allow you to see some of the most popular links, and I'll show you that page in a minute, and you can customize it. It's pretty neat and useful. These that are not bolded are not turned on. And then I've got the Yourls import and export, which allows you to import and export URLs. Specifically, in my case, I like to be able to export them because, as I'm going to show you in a minute, here's what I recommend you doing. If you're going to set this up to use with your website, what I suggest you do is you set it up and you go through, and for your website, for each of the pages that you have, your static pages that are stay there, not go away, create a custom short link for those. And after you've done that, you can use the exporter to easily export a list of those custom URLs so that you can then save it. You don't have to remember what they are or whatever. At least that's how I operate, and to each his own. If that does not excite you, don't worry about it. Alrighty, plugins. So if we click on the fallback URL converter, all you got to do, you just come over here, and right in here you just type in what that URL is and you update value, and that's done. Import and export. Come over here, you can import if you need to do that. Export, you can export as XML, CSV, or RSS. It exports all the links you've got. You don't select particular ones, it just sends everything out. Link mass removal, we'll show you that in a minute when I delete everything. Popular links looks like this. And again, you'll see over here just the one word names that were created. Here you'll see this one that I created today with a different system, which gives us the full title. So this is part of why I'm getting rid of it, because all of this is useful, and it'll show you how many hits a link has had, and I've got mine set to show the most popular 15 links in the last 7 days, 30 days, 60 days, 90 days, 365 days, 1000 days. You can customize how many you show, and you can customize the time frame when you do this. And over here, you'll see this one's had 199 hits, 116 hits, 104 hits, blah, 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 and how many days ago it was created. All right, removal. You can remove links from a date, remove links created between 2 dates, all the ones created from a certain IP, all links pointing to a URL containing whatever, and you can do all links, all. And I'm going to do display the results, do not delete. This is a test. And I'm going to hit the delete button. And what it's going to do, it's found 388 links. This is what I've created so far. You look through there, you see all of those. Yay. You come right down here, and you can say, okay, delete them. Kill it. Bang. I come back to my admin interface, and there is nothing there because I've just wiped out all of my links. All right. Now, first of all, let me show you one way that you can create custom links to your pages from within Yourls while you're logged in. And this will only work if you're logged into Yourls. With the WordPress plugin we're going to install, you can create custom links in WordPress without having to be logged in to the Yourls interface. If you come over here to Tools and scroll down, you're going to see this nifty thing. Now, further down this page, you will see right here, Secure Password and API Call. If you scroll down a little further, and I'm not going to scroll down because I'm too lazy to block it out, you will see your API number. It's your secret code that you plug into WordPress that allows WordPress to directly access your installation and create custom links. So that's why I'm not going to show it to you, because then you guys will totally just use my system, because I know, man, just that's how you guys are out there. No, I'm kidding. I'm not really that paranoid. Over here we have some different bookmarklets and social bookmarklets that you can drag up to your bookmark bar. So all you do to use these puppies is you grab them, and the ones I use are instant custom shorten. I'm actually just going to delete that to show you how this works. I've also got the Yourls and Twitter installed. All you do to quote unquote install this is you grab the one you want to install. Instant custom shorten is the one I want to use. Drag it up to your bookmark. Yeah, and it doesn't work. That's fantastic. There we go. And bang, now it's on there. All right, so for example, I come over here to my WordPress website. Here's my home page for my helping people with WordPress website. I want to create a short URL to this. So all I do is come up here, instant custom short link, click on it, custom URL, type it in. So I'm going to call this, now the chaos.link is a given. I'm just going to call this WordPress. Okay, and then it gives me a confirmation that this URL has been added to the database, and you'll see right there, that's my short link. I'm going to hit OK. I'm going to come back over here. I'm going to go to my admin interface. We will see now, short URL, WordPress, the original URL, help with WordPress tutoring, support, setup, blah, 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 has now been created. So what you can do at this point, this is one way, this is where I say you can go through your website now and create a short link for each of your pages. So for example, I can come over here to my contact page, and maybe I want to call this, because also I'm going to be using chaos.link with multiple websites. So normally I would just call this contact. However, I'm going to have different websites. I want to use contact someplace else. So I'm going to call this WP for WordPress contact, if I can spell. Hit OK. Yep, I'm going to confirm that. We're going to come over here. I'm going to reload this page. And it did not work. Yes. Beautiful. That's why I love doing these videos, because stuff always goes wrong. You'll notice it created a short URL AF. I don't know why. I have no clue. I've done this before. It worked fine. Let me try this again. Let me try something else. No, for some reason it's creating... No, well, it's reading the existing URL. All right, no worries. Watch this. We're going to delete this. Really delete it? Yes, really delete it. I'm going to cancel that. Let's try this again. WP contact. WP contact. I'm going to hit OK. Let's see what happens. It worked that time. You know, we just made the video. You can back up. Maybe I made some weird mistake over there. I don't know what happened. I don't know why that didn't work. I've done this on another website. It worked fine. Let's try another one. WP blog. Maybe I hit cancel instead of OK. I don't know what happened there. Why that last one didn't work. Let's see what we get. Oh, I know exactly. I think I know what's going on. Maybe. Yes. This thing. Oh, I know exactly what's going on. I'm a genius. See, this is why you should pay me money to do WordPress for you, because I am a genius. Over here in the WordPress, I have Better Yourls installed. I'm deactivating that. That is the plugin I do not recommend you use. And here is what's going on. Better Yourls, in addition to some of its other settings, whenever somebody views a page on your website, it will, if a short link for that page does not exist, it will create the short link. And that is exactly why somebody over here just viewed this post I wrote about your choice of a hosting company, and Yourls via that plugin automatically created a short link for it. So I guess if nothing else, and look, see, notice over here, IP addresses, that's my IP. This is a totally different IP. So that's what's going on. You'll notice that it says 0 clicks here. That's because the person didn't click on the short link. That short link was generated by somebody viewing that page. So there's somebody looking at my website right now other than myself. Oh, hallelujah! Somebody's looking at my website. I'm so excited. All right, and you'll notice that the title is your, instead of course, your choice of hosting a website or whatever the title of that blog post is. Mystery solved. And apparently at the same time I was looking at the page about contacting me and trying to make that short URL, somebody else was looking at it at the very same time. Bang, there it is. I'm going to delete that. Mystery solved. So that's one way you could go through your website and create custom short links for each of your pages. And you could do that with each of your posts also if you wanted to. I'll talk a little bit about strategy if I don't forget about it. Now, creating short links like this that are custom and readable, like WordPress, WP Contact, WP Blog, that probably makes sense for your pages. But for your post, especially if you have a lot of posts, going back in time and trying to do them all, it will kill you. It'll make you go insane. It's probably not worth it. For your post going forward, again, if you try to do a actual word for each one, you might eventually run out of words, or you'd want to be reusing them. So think about if you have some kind of a system that you could create for doing that. And whether or not you can, maybe you could just number it. Maybe it could be based on your categories and you could number them. If you do something like, a good example is something, a case where I think this would be useful and to illustrate what I'm saying, is a friend of mine does a podcast called the ASU Devil's Den. It's about the ASU football team. And so if he were using this, his custom links, because each of his posts is for a podcast episode. So for example, for podcast episode number 17, his short link could be his URL slash ADD for ASU's Devil Den, ADD 017 or something like that, right? If you've got something where there's a system where your posts are numbered or something like that, that could be really useful in that case. For those of us who don't do a podcast, or each podcast has a number, but anyway, figure out your own system, or just, of course, use the totally random number letter sequences that this will generate. All right, so let's go to plugins. Let's go to Add New, and let's type in Better Yourls. Now, oh wait, I don't want URL. Yeah. Let me make sure I get the right one. Better Yourls. Yeah, that's the one. Let me just type in Yourls just to make sure. So, Better Yourls. That's the one I just deactivated. That's the one I do not recommend using. This is the one I do recommend using. Yourls. Link Creator. I'm going to click on, details. Didn't really want to do that in new tab. It's okay. Now, the thing that scared me away from this one in the first place was that it was last updated a year ago. And I thought, it's kind of old. I don't want to go at this. Also, it's not been tested with your version of WordPress. I was like, I'm going to try the other one. It's more recent. Well, now we know that this is the one to go with. This is why you're paying me the big bucks. Oh, wait, this is free. Never mind. I'm going to install this bad boy. Chuggy, chuggy, chug. Chug, chug, chug. I'm going to activate the plugin. My website crashes and burns. Nope, just kidding. I'm going to go ahead and delete that old one. And then I'm going to find this, and we're going to go to Settings. Auto-generate links. You can create a link whenever a post is saved. I'm not going to do that. Use it for short link. Yes, I am going to use the Yourls short link whenever a WP short link is fired. Display on custom post types. I don't think we need that. All right, up here you're going to put in your URL, which is chaos.link in my case. What does this do? Creating a Yourls link whenever a post is saved, that automatically creates a link. I do not want it to automatically create a link. I want to control that myself, and I'll show you how that works. And display on custom post types. If you're using custom post types, go ahead and turn that on. If you're not using them, don't turn it on. If you don't know what that means, then you're probably not using them. Don't worry about it. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this off of the screen for a minute because I'm going to type in my, come here. I'm going to type in my API signature key. That's the super duper secret thing I was telling you about that I can't show you. Like I said, it's over in Tools, and you scroll down where it says Secure Passwordless API Call. And you're going to see a sequence of numbers and letters. And you get that, and you drop it in, and then you will hit, I'll bring this back over, and then you just hit Save Changes. And it will all be saved. Chug, chug, chug. All right, then I come over here. So let's come over to my pages. This is in WordPress. I'm looking at, I got all my pages here. I am going to, which one do I want to mess with? Oh, we'll do About Me. Let's come in here, and right up here, you'll see Yourls short link. Here, you can type in your custom word. So if I wanted to be the Skippy, I type in Skippy and hit Get Yourls. Now I think, could be wrong, again, we're flying by the seat of our pants. I'm about to find out. I think if you just click this it will give you the auto-generated link. Yes, it does. So if you don't want to type in a keyword, you just click that, it auto-generates it. If you decide you don't like that, you click that little icon and it will delete it for you. So we come back over to my interface. It's still there. Maybe that's just because the call hasn't gotten through yet. Alright, so let's try this. Remember, making this up as we go along. Yes. Let's try calling this WP Skippy. Get URLs. Nope. Okay, so apparently you cannot delete a generated short link from within this plugin. That's what I'm seeing. You can delete it over here though. So I'm going to make it go away and it is gone. So now I'm going to come over here and I'm going to call this WP Skippy. Now let's see if it has appeared. Boom! So utilizing this method, you could go through each of your pages in the WordPress backend and assign a short URL with a custom word to each of your pages. I think personally just going through the site like this and using the bookmarklet, yeah, whatever that word is a little faster and easier because of course back here, see, now you've got to go back to pages. Oh, the hamsters are slow, and then you got to click on the one you want to do. Now this is one I've already created one for. So if we come over here, we should see, in theory, because I did blog right there, so it should be WP blog. It's not showing me the link in there right now. If I hit the get button, will it show me the link? It does indeed show me the existing and correct link. Now we also, here we have the get short link, which clicking on that shows it to me as well. Let's see, because we've messed with those. Which one? Let me find the home page. Let's test this out on the home page because we've already created a link and the get short link is not there because it hasn't been generated yet. So I got to hit this in order to, now the get short link button exists, and that's there. All right, anyway, so that's how that works on the back end. Now, what about for a new page or a post? We'll just do a post so that you can see the same box appears when you do a post, and we do a add new. Screen options. Interesting. Okay. You'll notice that the little URLs box is not there. And I don't know why yet. We're about to find out. Let's put something in here. Let's save a draft. Perhaps it does not appear if there is no content. Interesting. It's not there. I'm going to publish this. I should have turned off my sharing settings. Now this is going to go out on Facebook and all sorts of other stuff, but it's fine. I don't really care. Okay, great. Now we know. The URLs short link dialog does not appear until the post or probably the page. We can bump over and try pages until it has actually been published. Which is odd because when I tested this on another site, it appeared before the posts were actually published, which tells me that I need to go into settings and change something. So we're going to do that. Yep, see, nothing over there. All right, here we go. Settings. Oh, stop it. Settings. Looking for. There it is. Let me take this over here so you don't see my super secret API code, create a Yourls link whenever a post is saved. That's what I think needs to be checked in order for this to work. So right here, auto-generate links, create blah, blah, blah. I'm going to save changes. We're going to go back and check this out. Post. Going back to the post dialog now. We're going to create add new. I'm going to click add new. I'm not going to create add new. Interesting. It's not there. Hold on. Test 2. Second test. Save a draft. Not there. I have no idea why not. Unless because I'm going to schedule this. Let's see if it appears. Boom. Because on the other site where I tested it, I was creating the post and then I was scheduling them. So there it is. You can't create the link until you either publish or schedule. Call that an advantage. Call that a disadvantage. I call it whichever you want. That is how that works. So yeah, that is a quick intro, and yes, 35 minutes of me babbling and about 1.5 minutes of useful information. So there it is, Yourls. Like I said, if having a personalized vanity short link system is something you want to have to give yourself flexibility, notoriety, fame, fortune, and of course to have fun trying to figure out exactly how it works and why it doesn't work and stuff like you just watched me go through, then by golly, go for it. All right, thanks so much for suffering through all of that and watching me problem solve. I can't talk. All right, y'all have fun. Bye-bye.